What's happening, my friends? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. I served 88, hashtag JBT. Mike Mazik, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, The Box Dorian. Today, the longest title reigns in each division in boxing history. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Dorian, bringing you all that boxing history. Because boxing is the greatest sport of them all. And that's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. Boxing. How's everyone doing for the Hump Day edition of Cat Sports The Box Dorian? Moving on through the week. Got a good one today. I got 3 divisions I couldn't find, but I got the longest reigning champions in each division. I couldn't find, I believe it was junior welterweight, junior lightweight, and it was another one, super, 140, 130, and 115. I couldn't find those 3, but I got the rest of them. The longest reigning champion in each weight division. And the situation with Joe Louis and it wasn't Vladimir Klitschko. It wasn't Vitaly. It was Vladimir. And it's longest reigning. So Joe Louis is the longest reigning because straight, can't be broken up. But Vladimir makes honorable mention though. Yeah, because he had quite a long reign. And light heavyweight, Archie Moore was the longest. I think he had like 9 years and 4 months. And then we had another guy, Dariusz Michalczewski. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He had 9 years and 1 month. So he missed by like 3 months. So he makes honorable mention too, because he only missed by like 3 months from being the top. Archie beat him out by 3 months. Archie had 9 years and like 4 months, and Darius had about, I'm just going to call him Darius. I'm not even going to fool that last name. Darius had 9 years and about 1 month. So it makes honorable mention, yeah. Then we had another guy at super featherweight. What was his name? Juan Gonzalez, I believe. He had a pretty long reign. Jonathan Gonzalez, yeah. He was second place to the super featherweight, but he had up around 10 years too. But we got them all. Good show today. Let's salute to everybody that's in the building so far. How are you today? It's the hump day. The work week is on the way downhill now if you're finished with your work for today. So, yeah. Beautiful weather. No humidity today up here. Wow. Just great. Good to see everybody today. The Boxing in the States series continues tomorrow with Hawaii. Like I've been telling you all week, pretty good. Hawaii was surprising, had a pretty good boxing history. A lot of military boxing went on around World War II, of course. And then the profile Friday is the life and career of Teofilo Stevenson. And then we got a pretty good card Saturday. We have Christian Mbili and Sergey Derevyanchenko in there, super middleweights. And Abdullah Mason back in the ring, Jahir Tucker on the card. That's Top Rank, right? So you will see a bunch of good young fighters when you see a Top Rank card, you know. You got to catch the early portion of those cards. You see some pretty good fights. Sometimes, like the early portion that they don't televise is better than the main card. Yeah. Because those young guys are trying to get up there to the big time and stuff, man. So they fight. They want all the smoke. Look at Angelo Leo last Saturday. He stayed on Top Rank for a minute. When he got his chance, he made the most of it. Yeah. Angelo Leo. He's a good fighter because he used to be champion at, I think it was 122, super bantamweight. He lost his title to Cool Boy. That was one of the titles that Cool Boy won before he ran into Monster. You know, yeah. But got Sports the Box Historian, part of that Fire JBT network. Another Fire hashtag Let's Talk Fashion this morning at 10 a.m. I haven't seen it yet. Been keeping me busy in the mornings. I've been missing the hangout, everything. I just finished getting this ready about 1:30. Yeah. I was reading and writing and looking at the clock, but I made it. But then I messed my opening up. I didn't run them into each other, the fights, like I always like to do. But yeah, it's the hump day. What happened to Pro Box? Does that still come on? I thought it was last week, but somebody told me it wasn't. Sometimes it started coming on Friday. I just don't know. I used to always like to take a look at the card, you know, on Wednesdays, because they had some pretty good fighters, you know, participating in that Pro Box. Yeah. But I think after this weekend, I didn't see another card until September. Believe that? Kids getting ready to go back to school. We getting ready to see what the fall schedule looks like. Wow. Time is moving. And we're going to start in about 10 minutes. I want to start too early. Got to wait on my 2:30 people to get here. They're coming. But don't forget, you know, the JBT has another big raffle coming up. The drawing is October 12th. There's going to be 3 winners this time, okay? We know first prize is a Apple 10 iPad, Apple 10th generation iPad, something like that. I'm not too good with that kind of stuff. And we got 2 other prizes. Could have got a good idea what they are, but I'm just going to stop saying them until we confirm it, you know, because somebody might buy tickets thinking they get one of those prizes and then it's something else and they'd be mad at me. So, but you got a chance to win an Apple 10th generation iPad and free with us, $10, $25 will get you 3 tickets. And just send your money here. We got a few people in. Just like the TV raffle. The closer we got to it, more people started getting in. But D1 won the raffle and he's up there in New York looking at his TV. Yeah. He got it the same week. Made sure as soon as we found out the winner, got it off to him, you know. And yeah, it's fast because, you know, I shipped it from Maryland, but you know, where he lives at, they probably came directly from a Walmart up there, they didn't ship it all the way from Maryland up there. You know, they just, once they get the address, they get it out of the store closest to that area. We had the store ship it. Now, when I did the laptop, the Bruce Gas one, it took so long because I bought that from the store down here, and I wasn't thinking. I should have had the store do it, but I wasn't even thinking. But Jay Harcourt put me down with that, said just let the store do it, and that way it's a lot faster because it'll come from a store in the area where the winner lives at. So that's how, you know, you learn every day. Learn something new every day. Mike Rim in the building. What's up, Mike? There's Let's Talk Fashion. Hashtag JBT. I was just talking about the Let's Talk Fashion. 10 a.m. this morning. I was telling Remo yesterday, he's once a week, but it seems like he's every day. With this time going by, seems like I'm doing shows 2 or 3 times a day. It just comes around so fast. I just got finished getting this show ready at 1:30, about a half hour ago, but I got it. Now I couldn't find the longest tenure for 3 weight classes: junior welterweight, junior lightweight, and I think super flyweight. But I got all the rest of them. 14 up to 17. I got them, so it's going to be good. And a couple honorable mentions, right? There's a guy, Archie Moore, wasn't light heavyweight, but it was another guy that missed by like 3 months. Archie had like 9 years and 3 months and about 2 months. The other guy had like 9 years and 1 month, so he get an honorable mention. And of course, Vladimir Klitschko. And I was saying Vitaly all this time. It was Vladimir, right? And the younger one, he had the longest reign, but it was broken up into 2 reigns. So Joe Louis, and everybody always saying Joe Louis is the longest throughout boxing. So I guess it's consecutive. It means something. Joe Louis had that 12 years straight. Vladimir passed him if you put his 2 reigns together. So he makes honorable mention too. Yep. Which prime rollout is that, Remo? We got another prime rollout coming. I missed it. Let's Talk Fashion says PBC definitely dropped the ball for sure with this prime rollout. We got a good show today, though. Yeah. All my handwriting is good. Because I apologize for that. I think it was Joe Gallagher's gym yesterday. That was terrible. When I did the playback, I couldn't read my handwriting, man. That was terrible. I was jumping from skipping words, and I was like, "Ooh, that was brutal, man." I know people was listening to that saying, "Ooh." I think it was Joe Gallagher's gym over there in UK. That was terrible. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I had written that up after midnight. But I got this one good. Yeah, I've listened to the playback yesterday, and I was like, wow. That was bad. That one gym when I was talking about it, man. But I used my best handwriting today. And it's going to be good. Yeah, we got, guys had belts for quite a while. We got one, I think it's down around, junior flyweight, 3 years. That was the shortest reign. That was the longest one I could find. It was 3 years. And this guy's still actively fighting. Okay. Let me see if I can name him right quick. Oh, man. I think it's Omar Narvaez, I think. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I think it's Omar Narvaez. Of course, Jonathan, I always talk about but Ricardo Lopez, remember, he was the one that almost was champion for an entire decade, just like Joe Louis. But he was champion from 1990 to 98, and then he dropped his belts at 105 to go up to junior flyweight to win the title there. But yeah, he almost had an entire decade. Yep. Melanin Queen 27. How are you today? Good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna do that. The longest title reigns in each division. Got all of them except 3. I tried. Ran out of time. Couldn't find them. Junior welterweight, junior lightweight, and super flyweight, 140, 130, and 115. But the other 14, we're going to start at heavyweight and go right on down. Johnny Nelson is cruiserweight, the guy that one of the commentators for the Zone when they over there in Saudi and stuff. Johnny, yeah, he had the longest reign at cruiserweight, and he didn't lose his title in the ring. I think he retired or something as champion. Yeah, Johnny Nelson. I didn't know he was that good, man. Yeah, he shoot. I forgot how many years he had, but he had quite a while. We're gonna get to him. He's gonna be the second one that we cover. Yeah, Johnny. He is number 2. Here's the cash app. And remember, the raffle. Gonna be 3 prizes. We got 1 confirmed, $10 per ticket, $25 for 3. And we getting people in there. I think we got about 6 people now, I think. Yeah, about 6 people in. Steadily getting in. Coach Tommy from Prison Talk with Tommy, he did the 3 for 25 deal. He had like 5 for the TV. I think he had 3. His wife had 2, but we got a child. I wonder how many more months they got before their first child is on the way. Yeah. Coach did all that time, and he got the fire child in Prison Talk with Tommy. His first kid is on the way. Yeah. What a story. Part of the JVT too. Yeah. And yeah, he had like 5 for the TV. But D1 won it. And like I said, he's up there watching his TV right now. Well, I don't know if he's watching it right now, but he got it. He got it that same week. So get in the raffle. But you know, more people are gonna get in, just like the TV, the closer it gets to the raffle. I think somebody got in that morning, that morning of the raffle. Maybe they thought if they get in last, their name would be at the top. I don't know. In about a couple minutes, we're gonna get ready to get started. There it is. Apple 10th generation iPad. Did I say it right? Yeah, that's what I said. Apple 10th generation iPad. And 2 other prizes. First, second, and third prize. Probably by this Saturday's meeting, we will probably know the other 2, and next week we will be advertising the other 2 prizes. And that's right. Good luck to everybody. October 12th, 2 days before my birthday. Me and Aunt McQueen's. October 14th. A lot of years in between us, though. About 30 years in between us, but we got the same birthday. Yep. Yeah. My birthday is October 14th. My oldest daughter is October 16th, and her son is October 17th. Yeah. Isn't that something? Just Deuce said his wife was having maybe due on her birthday, I think, like within a half hour, something like that. I can't remember, but it was close. It was very close. Yeah. October 12th, when it will be announced. Gas Sports. 10th generation iPad. I could use, if it's those headphones, I could use some headphones. I had those old regular headphones yesterday, and I was getting a lot of static and stuff when I listened to the playback. So I don't have them on today. The one time my laptop was acting up, I had the headphones on the phone and they worked perfect. One of them things. But longest title reigns in each division today. We're going to start with heavyweight and come all the way down to strawweight, 105. That's the lowest weight class. Strawweight, mini flyweight, minimum weight, little guys, whatever you call it, you know. A grown man weighing 105 can be one of 2 things. He can fight at 105 or be a jockey. You know, ride the horses. Yeah. Somebody got to do it. Yeah. Okay, getting ready to go up to my slide display today. Got a good one, like 30. And this might run shorter than 2 hours. So then I got at the end the 15 fastest fighters of all, 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. I don't never do that, like the top, because you always miss somebody. So I always say it's going to be 15 of the fastest fighters. Like Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, Ali, Andre Berto made it. Andre Berto was pretty fast. Manny, 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. Little talk on them. Okay. That's Joe Louis on there, by the way. I made him a thumbnail because he's the longest reigning champion throughout boxing. Joe Louis is. So who else should the thumbnail have been but Joe Louis? Yeah. That's pretty good, I think. The slides are nice and clear today. Good show. I think it's going to be pretty good. None of the champions will be like that Joe Gallagher's gym was yesterday. I couldn't read my handwriting. I was missing words. And when I listened to the playback, I was like, wow. Yeah, I should have just skipped over that, man. That was terrible. Why didn't somebody put something in the chat? Remo, you quality control. I take criticism very well. Okay. I welcome it. That was terrible. Wow. It's a wonder anybody was left in here. I get more people like the last hour of the show. They must be on another live or something like 2:30, around 3:30. That's when people pour in. Always end up like in double digits for the last half hour of the show for some reason. Who else is on? One of them big million subscriber channels is on right now over there something. That's okay. They ain't doing boxing history. They not talking about the longest title reigns in each weight class today. Them people don't know what they missing, but they're fine. I haven't seen Joe this week. Anybody seen Joe? Bruce Gas? Joe is always here every day, but I haven't seen him this week, and it's Wednesday. But he'll be back. Might be on vacation, laid up in the Bahamas somewhere with a drink in his hand. But you can listen to Cash Sports down there. The good thing about this social media, you can be anywhere. Today up there in the International Space Station on YouTube and stuff, man. Okay, let's go with today's show. Okay, the longest title reigns in each weight division in the history of boxing. Okay, got a little short speech today, not too long. All right, there's Joe right there. Man, I got ESPN. I talked him up. I don't have ESP. I got ESPN. I talked Joe up. Look at that, man. Not even a minute ago. Wow. I'm glad I ain't say nothing bad. He was on the way in. Salute, Joe. Glad I ain't said nothing. That Joe don't know nothing about boxing history. He would have heard me. But that Joe is a historian, man. Watch, he's going to be dropping them gems in there today. But salute, Joe. How are you today? You ever said I hadn't seen? I think I saw you Monday, right? Yeah. I was thinking it was all week, but I think you were here Monday. But today, Joe is the longest title reigns in each division. Now, I'm not certain about that one. I think it's Jonathan Gonzalez, like junior flyweight, because it was only a 3-year reign, but that's the only one I could find, but I'm sure about the rest of them. Yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to keep track of the chat. I don't want to miss nobody. Somebody might drop a $100 super chat on me or something. Okay. Now, okay. Now, in the present era of boxing, where 4 prominent governing bodies, the WBC, WBA, IBF, and the WBO hold sway, it's not uncommon for even dedicated hardcore boxing fans like us to find themselves confused, right? Certain legendary boxers like Floyd Mayweather Jr. achieved unbeaten records by maneuvering across weight divisions to claim additional titles, leaving weight divisions behind, right? you'd be like, why is he leaving that? He was so successful in that division. And, I think Floyd could have still made 140 probably. And he definitely was still a welterweight when he made 154. But some fighters chose to remain in their weight class and had iconic championship reigns of numerous successful defenses against all challengers they faced for years, okay? Over years. I'm talking about 8, 9, 10 years worth of successful title defenses. So let's discuss the longest title reigns in each weight division in boxing history. Starting with heavyweight, okay? And there's a different picture of Joe Louis. Told you the slides are nice and clear. Okay, Joe Louis, heavyweight, right? Joe is the longest reigning champion throughout boxing. There's Lonnie Lee. Lonnie Lee didn't miss anything. You just missed the speech. And that lasts all of like 30 seconds. Salute Lonnie Lee. I'm happy now. I can start stalling and go on. Lonnie Lee is in the building. Hashtag JBT. Yes. Yeah, Lonnie. We're going to start at heavyweight and go all the way down to 105. And guess where we at? Heavyweight. Let's start. Joe Louis. Like I said, he's the longest reigning fighter throughout boxing. Now, Joe Louis was the first African-American boxer to become a national hero, too. And his title reign was 11 years, 8 months. That's why most people just round it off to 12 years, okay? But it's 11 years and 8 months. And Joe Louis holds the distinction of the lengthiest championship reign in the entire history of boxing, all weight divisions. His remarkable record includes a run of 26 consecutive title defenses, right? And only 23 people in those 26 went the distance with him, right? An unparalleled feat across all weight divisions. Louis ascended to the championship throne at the age of 23, securing the title with a knockout win over James J. Braddock. Following a 2-year hiatus from the ring, he made a comeback, but suffered his second defeat while attempting to recapture his heavyweight titles, contending against Ezzard Charles. His illustrious career came to a close after an 8-fight winning streak culminated in a loss to Rocky Marciano. That was his last fight, yeah. So when people say Rocky was fighting over the hill people like Joe was on an 8-fight winning streak and was the number 1 contender when Rocky beat him. So, yeah, wasn't nobody else beating Joe. Okay? Next is cruiserweight. Johnny Nelson. Told you. I didn't know Johnny was that good of a boxer. Johnny Nelson. Yeah. Okay, as of July 24th, 2024, Johnny Nelson is considered the longest reigning cruiserweight boxing champion in history, having held the World Boxing Organization WBO title for 6 years, 5 months, and 26 days, from 1999 to 2006, okay? And Nelson defended the title against 13 different opponents, more than any other cruiserweight, and never lost it in the ring. Didn't lose it in the ring, okay? Levy retired. And he also shares the record for the most consecutive cruiserweight title defenses with Marco Huck, who held the WBO title from 2009 to 2015. Okay? That's cruiserweight. Light heavyweight is the Mongoose. Archie Moore. The Mongoose. For so long, he became the old Mongoose. Archie Moore. They said he was 48 when he fought Ali, but he was every bit of 60. Archie Moore, one of the longest professional careers in the history of boxing. His title reign was 9 years and 4 months. Yeah, and I got the guy that made honorable mention was 9 years and 1 month. He missed by 3 months. So I got a couple honorable mentions too. We'll get to them. We're going to do all the divisions first. Archie Moore is the light heavyweight. Okay? Now, Archie Moore is an American boxing legend, celebrated as one of the pound-for-pound greats in the sport of boxing. He achieved the distinction of being the longest reigning world light heavyweight champion in history, maintaining his championship status for almost a decade, right? Remarkably, now listen to this. This is amazing here. Moore's path to the title shot took 15 years due to being avoided by the champions at the time. He didn't get a title shot for 15 years and still got the longest reign at light heavyweight. That is incredible, okay? That's how long his career was. That's incredible. And he was avoided by the champions of the time. Because and you know, Archie said it took 15 years to get it. He said, I'm not losing it because it took 15 years to get my first shot. He said, if we lose it, he'll probably never get another one. So Archie kept it for almost a decade, man. Yes. And that made his eventual, because he had to wait 15 years, that made his eventual title reign all the more impressive. And at the age of 39, with over 160 fights to his name, that's when he got his title shot. And he got a victory over Joey Maxim in a grueling 15-round fight. The man was 39 years old. And then he kept it till he was like 46. Okay? Notably, at the age of 41, Moore made a bold move to challenge Rocky Marciano for the world heavyweight title. He went up to the heavyweight and met Suzy Q. And he suffered a defeat in a close fight. It was close until he got knocked out. Yeah. But he continued to excel in his original division and remained the light heavyweight champion for like about 5 more years after that. Okay? He defended his belt for the last time, avenging his loss against Julio Rinaldi in 1961, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of boxing. Archie Moore won 132 of his fights by knockout. That's the second most in history, and that's safe. Nobody's even going to ever fight 132 times again. So he's number 2, 132. I think that we talked about the guy that's number 1 the other day. I think he has 139, and those records will never be broken. And he fought Muhammad Ali, then known as Cassius Clay, when he was 48 years old. Yeah, right. Archie was every bit of 60 when he fought Muhammad Ali. But they say 48, so. But yeah, just a legendary career, man. The man was champion for 9 years, almost a decade, and didn't get his title shot. It took him 15 years, almost 40 years old, before somebody finally gave him a title shot. So like I said, Archie said, once I get it, I ain't losing it because I'll probably never get another one. But Terrell Cameron in the building. What's up, Terrell? How are you today, bro? We are doing longest reigning champion. What's up, Terrell? Good to see you. Okay. We continue with super middleweight. Longest reigning champion in boxing history at super middleweight is... Okay. Who is it? Let's get ready to sing that rap song. Who is it? Super middleweight. Joe Calzaghe. Okay? Joe Calzaghe. You're welcome. Terrell says, I'm here. It's good to see you. Welcome. Okay, title reign. Joe Calzaghe is super middleweight. And Joe Calzaghe retired undefeated. Okay? His title reign was 10 years and 11 months. So you might as well say 11 years, right? Round it off. 11 years. Calzaghe remained undefeated throughout his illustrious career. And he holds the distinction of being the longest reigning super middleweight world champion. in the annals of boxing. He secured and held the WBO title for an impressive span of over a decade, triumphing over 20 formidable opponents during his tenure. In 2007, this Welsh fighter moved on from the super middleweight division, sealing his reign with a victory over Mikhail Kessler. Stepping up to the light heavyweight division, Calzaghe continued his winning ways, notably defeating Bernard Hopkins to claim the ring light heavyweight title. He also successfully defended this title against Roy Jones Jr., putting another good name on his resume. And he then decided to hang up his gloves in 2008, marking the end of a remarkable career. And a lot of people say, well, he fought B-Hop and Roy where they were at the end of their careers past their prime. But on Box Rec, it just says he beat B-Hop and Roy. Don't say nothing about past their prime or anything. It just has their names on his resume, okay? So he beat them. If they was past their prime, they should have stopped fighting. It ain't Joe Calzaghe's fault they stayed in the ring too long. Got both of them on his resume, okay? B-Hop stayed in there long enough, he got knocked out the ring by Joe Smith. Wasn't it Joe Smith? What's up, Al Booger? How are you today, bro? We are doing the longest reigning champions of all time in each division. 3 I didn't find. Junior lightweight, junior welterweight, junior lightweight, and super flyweight. I don't know where they are. I couldn't find them. I tried till like 1:30. Okay, next will be middleweight. It just ought to be B-Hop. Uh-oh, got something in front of my screen. Let me see if I can get that. There it is. He fought till he was damn near, 50? He was 50, wasn't he? B-Hop, there he is. Yeah, B-Hop is the longest reigning at middleweight. Just ought to be. He should have the longest reign period, but he is the oldest. He is the oldest guy, but he couldn't get Joe Louis that 12-year streak. Now, middleweight. There's Bernard B-Hop. Bernard Hopkins is the oldest boxing champion in history, okay? And his title reign was 10 years and 2 months. Now, some of these have to be, because, Joe Louis is the only one that was entire champion for an entire decade, because some of these 10 years started in the middle of one decade, ended in the middle of another, something like that. So they weren't champions for the entire decade. But they do have 10 years. B-Hop had 10 years and 2 months. So did Calzaghe, had over 10 years too. But B-Hop's title reign at middleweight lasted 10 years and 2 months. Wow, that's the reign. Okay, glad to hear that, Al Booker. Okay, let me do something. Terrell's been here now. Where's the thing at, man? Okay, Terrell, yeah. Made you a moderator. Oh, what did I do? Did I hide you? Oh, I don't know what happened. I think you're a moderator. Got a wrench now, Terrell. I think. I might have hit you. Hope not. Yeah. Now, 10 years and 2 months for B-Hop. Okay. Joe Calzaghe's enduring super middleweight reign is indeed remarkable, but it's worth noting that Bernard Hopkins holds the distinction of being the longest reigning middleweight champion in the history of boxing. Hopkins initially ascended to world championship status by clinching the vacant IBF middleweight title in 1995. Okay? Over the course of more than a decade, he notched an impressive 20 title defenses against 17 different opponents. And also, B-Hop is the first person to win undisputed in the 4-belt era, remember? That was B-Hop too. Now, notably, B-Hop's legacy is further polished by significant victories over legends in the sport, including memorable triumphs against the likes of Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad, who's also on this list, solidifying his status as one of the middleweight division's all-time greats. Okay? And Hopkins ended his boxing career at the age of 51, suffering a knockout loss to future world champion Joe Smith Jr. here. I was just talking about that one, through the ropes. And Hopkins broke his own record twice as the oldest boxer to win a world title. So he broke that record 3 times. First, he broke Foreman's, remember? I think he was 46. Then he broke that, he was 47. Then finally, he broke that at 48. And that's where it stands, 48 years old, B-Hop. And the way these fighters fight nowadays, nobody will be 48 still fighting. Exhibitions, they're talking about Manny and Ryan Garcia can fight an exhibition in Japan. Can he? He's banned, but can he? I guess he can fight exhibition because they in negotiations for that. Anybody hear about that? Manny Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia in negotiations for exhibition in Japan. I guess he can do that, It's not a real fight, right? Yep. Okay. Next, we drop down to junior middleweight. Guess who it is? It's Mel. There's Mel in the middle. Maul to his right. There's Al Heyman's main man looking through the middle of him. What's his name? Sam something. A lot of people, including me, used to think that was Al Heyman at one time, remember? He was always at the PBC events and handing out the checks and stuff. For a longest time, I thought that was Al Heyman. I sure did. I know Jay said he did too. A lot of people did. But that's Sam, and his two sons will normally be there with him too, Yeah. I forgot his last name. Sam something. Anybody know? Yeah, but Mel is junior middleweight, okay? Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is one half of boxing's incredible Charlo twins and is currently the longest reigning junior middleweight champion in boxing history. I gave up a lot of dates here when I was reading back. I was like, wow, bear with me. Jermell is the longest reigning junior middleweight champion in boxing history, holding the title for 5 years, from 2019 to 2024, after regaining the WBC title in 2019, after losing it in 2018. Okay? Mel had long held the WBC super welterweight title, originally winning it in 2017, before he lost it to Tony Harrison in 2018. Told you all these dates on Mel. But after he regained the title a year later, in the rematch against Harrison, Mel went on a belt collecting spree. He defeated Jason Rosario in 2020 to lift the WBA and IBF super welterweight titles, lightweight, super welterweight, IBF super welterweight world titles off Jason. Then a draw against Brian Castano in 2021 failed his first attempt at 4-belt undisputed, but a rematch with Castrano the following year finally cemented it, as he added the WBO to his trophy case. Hate to say this, but man, I thought Castrano pulled that first fight out, man. I really did. And I like the Charlos, but I keep it 100. I really did, man. But I ain't mad at a draw because it was close. It was close. Now, in December 2023, Mel went up to super middleweight to challenge Canelo Alvarez for his undisputed titles. Now, it was a good move for Mel's bank account, but not so good for his titles, because the fight with Canelo was the beginning of him losing all his titles, and he didn't lose any of them in the ring. The good news is, it's been reported that Mel is actively working toward his return to the ring. So yeah, I heard that a couple weeks ago. I heard him and Maul was on the way back. So that's good news. They need to get back. They've been gone for a minute. And where's Cool Boy, man? Anybody, is he hurt or what? A loss doesn't define you. It's what you do afterward, man. And that is say looking too good. Did Monster take his spirit from him, man? God, man. I know it was a terrible knockout, but come on, Cool Boy. That was last July 22nd, 2023. We're now in August. Is he still moping about that loss, or is he hurt, or what? Anybody know? Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. Yeah, T Hill. I fell asleep yesterday. Me and T, I was trying to call T Hill. Then the hospital went on. First I called and he said, call me back in a minute. Then he called. I was busy calling him back. Then I called. He was busy. And then I fell asleep. I saw like 1 o'clock in the morning. He called back again. So we never got to talk. But I hope you're feeling better, Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT in the building. Yeah, I fell asleep. But good to see Thomas Hill in here. Try to get us a link time at the end of the show today. Okay, let's continue. Where are we? Junior middleweight, welterweight. Okay, Mel was last, right? Yeah. I thought Castrano put that one out, but it wasn't a robbery because it was a very close fight. So you can't call that kind of fight a robbery. Yeah, and I heard that Mel is on the way back, so that's very good news. Yeah, welterweight is Tito Trinidad. There he is on the left, Tito. Okay. Oh, Cool Boy fighting September 12th. Okay, that's good to see him back, man. It's good to see him back. Monster in Philly. You went to Japan. Get him to come to your home turf, man. That's how you do it. But welterweight is Felix Trinidad. Okay? Felix Trinidad is the longest reigning welterweight champion in boxing history, with a reign of 6 years, 8 months, and 14 days. Now, Terrence Crawford is second, missing first place by just 6 months. Bud has a reign of 6 years, 2 months, and 4 days. Bud missed by 6 months, and Bud is still active. Now, Trinidad competed from 1990 to 2008, holding multiple world titles in 3 different weight classes. He turned professional in 1990 at 17 years old, knocking out 9 of his first 10 opponents. And Trinidad won his first world championship in 1993, defeating Maurice Blocker for the IBF welterweight title. And that began his record-setting title reign. 6 years and 17 successful title defenses later, he vacated his welterweight titles and moved to junior middleweight. And Trinidad is widely considered one of the top Puerto Rican boxers of all time. Tito Trinidad is our representative at welterweight. Yeah, there he is, Tito. Now, junior lightweight, I couldn't find. I'm sorry, I tried. I tried till like 1:30, quarter to 2. Couldn't find it. Al Booker is good at researching stuff. Al Booker, find me the longest reigning person at junior welterweight. That's your homework assignment for tonight. I couldn't find it. So the next will be lightweight. We missed junior welterweight, but I got all of them except for 3. Okay, I don't think that's too bad. Lightweight, we go way back. Benny Leonard, fought back like the 20s, around in there-ish. Okay. Benny Leonard is the longest reigning lightweight champion in boxing history. He had that title for 7 years, 7 months, and 17 days. Okay? Holding the championship from 1917 to 1925. And Benny is widely considered to be one of the all-time greats. He fought in 55 title fights during his career against greats of his era, such as, if you know anything about the 20s, listen to these names: Freddie Welsh, Johnny Nelson, not the same Johnny Nelson that had the cruiserweight. He was much later than that. Johnny Kilbane, Willie Jackson, Ted Kid Lewis, Lou Tendler, and Jimmy McLaurin, the great legendary Jimmy McLaurin. And Benny Leonard, of course, is a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And Benny Leonard made the Cash Sports all-time top 10 pound for pound list too. Benny Leonard was like number 8. He's on there. Bad dude, there he is. And Benny is also at the end when I'm going to do the top 15 of the top fastest boxers of all time. Benny made that list too. Same picture. You'll see it. So now we're at featherweight. Okay. Now we're at featherweight. And I got a couple honorable mentions too. Okay? A couple of honorable mentions. But featherweight, there he is. Johnny Kilbane. Johnny Kilbane. Back in the day fighter. Okay. Johnny Kilbane's reign was 11 years and 3 months. He had that title for a long time. I didn't misspeak that. 11 years and 3 months. Okay. Now, Kilbane was an American featherweight boxer. He achieved a remarkable feat by reigning as the world featherweight champion from 1912 to 1923. 11 years and 3 months, establishing the longest ever tenure in this division's history. In 1912, Kilbane captured the featherweight title in a grueling 20-round fight against Abe Attell. That's how they did it back then. No decisions either. You just fought till somebody couldn't get up. Okay? This one lasted 20 rounds, grueling against Abe Attell. Abe must have gave up at the 20th round. Notably, the boxing regulations of the early 20th century led to several no decisions when neither fighter could continue, right? They didn't have a decision, no judges and stuff. And, that was during his title reign, where only a knockout or disqualification could result in his defeat. I always do that. Start talking, it's right there. Yeah. No decision was where only a knockout or disqualification could result in defeat, right? And while Kilbane faced some setbacks during his historic championship run, including third-round technical knockouts against Benny Leonard, it's worth noting that these losses occurred outside his weight class, underscoring his dominance within the featherweight division. So he had some losses during that reign, but they weren't at featherweight, so they didn't count against his record, okay? Kilbane only defended the title against 4 contenders during his tenure as champion. His unofficial record includes 143 fights and 110 wins, 24 by knockout, and 80 newspaper decisions. What a newspaper decision was, those fights where, remember, you didn't have the judges and neither fighter, at a certain point, neither fighter could continue. They would print a decision in the newspaper. And, that was called a newspaper decision. A lot of fighters back around that time had newspaper decisions. It wasn't officially on their record or anything, but, since there wasn't no judges, they would print in the newspaper who they thought won, and it was a newspaper decision. And he had like 80 newspaper decisions. Yep. 80 newspaper decisions. Wow, that's a lot of them. Okay, next is super bantamweight, and that's Wilfredo Gomez. The legendary Wilfredo Gomez. There he is. That's Wilfredo on the right. BN Boxing News in the building. What's up, BN Boxing News? Another fire JBT channel. BN Boxing News. BN Boxing News might be anywhere in the world at any given time. Okay? But he deserves it because that's the hardest working man I know. And a fire channel too. BN Boxing News. Does some fire post-fight commentary. Yup. But salute BN Boxing News. Super banner. Yeah, Wilfredo Gomez. That's Wilfredo on the right. Okay. Yeah, today BN Boxing News, we are doing the what are we doing? Oh, the longest reigning champions in boxing history in each weight division. Okay. We're all the way down to super bantamweight. Wilfredo Gomez on the right on the screen. Wilfredo Gomez holds the record for longest title reign at super bantamweight. 5 years and 10 months. And he also holds the record for most title defense at 17 in the division. And after a draw in his first fight, Gomez won his next 32 fights. He didn't just win them, he won them by knockout, right? And Gomez is frequently mentioned among the best Puerto Rican boxers of all time by sports journalists and analysts. and Boxtorian, along with Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Wilfred Benitez, Esteban de Jesus, Edwin Rosario, and Carlos Ortiz. Carlos Ortiz probably the greatest, even though Wilfredo Gomez beat him. Gomez won his first title in May 1977, and he held it until 1983, when he vacated and moved up to featherweight. He didn't lose it in the ring. He vacated. Okay? Never lost his title in the ring. Vacated. Okay? Everybody hitting on that appreciation button. Of course, for anybody that doesn't know, the appreciation button is the like button in the JBT organization. Next, we go to bantamweight. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of suspicious. You know, this is what I could find. Anselmo Moreno, bantamweight, 118, right? Anselmo Moreno. No, this is not the one I was talking about. This is confirmed. Anselmo Moreno's 6 years, 3 months, and 26 days reign is the longest in bantamweight history. He beat out Verifal Thorprom, who is in second place, and he beat Verifal out by 9 days. Verifal had 6 years, 3 months, and 17 days. Okay, I'm not going to say his name no more because I'm butchering it. But he had 6 years, 3 months, and 17 days. Okay, he came in second place by how long did I say? 9 days. Yeah, Moreno is the longest reigning bantamweight by 9 days. Moreno held the WBA bantamweight title from 2008 to 2014, and he made 16 successful title defenses during that span. He originally won the title on May 5th, 2006 by a unanimous decision over Felix Machado. He began his professional career on March 10th, 2002, and he moved up and won the super bantamweight title in 2012. Okay. And he had both those titles simultaneously for a little while. Okay. Now, next, junior flyweight. I don't have one. It was 3 I missed. It was junior welterweight, junior lightweight, and junior flyweight. Okay, so next is flyweight. One of these guys is still active. It might be junior flyweight. What did I miss? Oh, junior bantamweight. Super flyweight was one of them that I missed. Okay, yeah. But next is flyweight. Okay, and we got a couple honorable mentions. And I got a list of the 15 fastest fighters, 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. But flyweight is Omar Narvaez. Okay, that's Omar Narvaez. Yeah, okay. Now, Omar Narvaez is the longest reigning flyweight champion. His title reign was 7 years and 10 months. He's an Argentine Olympian. He etched his name in boxing history by enjoying the longest reign of any flyweight champion, holding the WBO title from 2012 to 2019. And Narvaez eventually made a move up to the super flyweight division, where he continued to find success by securing the WBO title. But his reign was interrupted by a formidable opponent, by the Japanese superstar by the name of the Monster, Naoya Inoue, okay, who emerged victorious with a devastating knockout. Don't feel bad, Narvaez, right? You ain't the only one. The Monster that knocked out. Called himself El Huracan. He had 55 total fights, made his professional debut on March 7th, 2000, and he made 16 successful title defenses. Yep. Yeah, junior flyweight. This is one of them that's still active. Jonathan Gonzalez. Yeah, Jonathan Gonzalez. Then I had to go back and make his picture because I didn't have it. There's Jonathan. That's Jonathan on the right. Okay? Yeah, Jonathan Gonzalez. Now, this one is a little suspect. He's still active. Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz, a professional boxer from Puerto Rico, is the only active fighter on this list, and he also has the shortest range. Currently, the longest reigning champion in the history of the junior flyweight division. He won the WBO junior flyweight title by a split decision over Alwin Soto in October 2024. And after 3 successful defenses, he's the current champion. 3 years. That's how they fight nowadays, once a year and stuff. His most recent defense was in March of this year when he won by unanimous decision over Rene Santiago. Gonzalez also has the shortest reign on this list. I said that. And the legendary strawweight, final division, but I got a couple honorable mentions. The legendary Ricardo Lopez. I did a profile on him. That's Ricardo on the left. Oh, I didn't block you, Terrell. You got your wrench. I thought I had blocked you. I didn't. I'm always blocking people. I mean, by mistake. I even blocked the great legendary Thomas Hill one time. Blocked Jay Hardcore one time. A couple other people. But strawweight, Ricardo Lopez. That's Ricardo on the left. Okay, appreciation's looking okay. I want 20 again. Got 18. Ricardo Lopez went 51 wins, 0 losses, but 1 draw in his boxing career. And if he wouldn't have had that draw, Floyd would have went 2 more fights and got to 52. But I guess he said Ricardo got that draw, so kind of like a blemish. But he did go back and beat the guy that had the draw with. His title reign was 8 years and 20 days. And the only reason he wasn't for the entire 90s because he won the title in 90, then in 98 he vacated and went up to junior flyweight, or he would have been the second one for an entire decade, no doubt. Ricardo was just awesome. I did a profile on it one Friday, remember? Lopez's impressive reign as the WBC strawweight champion from 1990 to 1998 saw him successfully defend his title against a record-breaking 21 opponents. He stands as one of the rare boxing champions to retire with an undefeated record. His remarkable tally of 51 wins and no defeats has drawn comparisons to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, despite competing in a division that may not have the same level of glamour and attention as some of the higher weight classes, his record stands among the greatest in boxing history. Ricardo Lopez stands among a select group of only 15 world boxing champions who concluded their careers without a single defeat. And I got a show coming on in 15. I got to find them. He is the father of Alfonso Lopez, an undefeated former boxer. Okay. Now let's look at the honorable mentions. I got to get back up here to where it was at. Good luck, yes. Good luck with that. Yeah, I left Ricardo and Jonathan Gonzalez off. Oh my. Let me see here. The first one on that is Salvador Sanchez. Bear with me. Don't leave. Who is that? Oh my goodness. I'm lost. Oh, that's Jamel. Okay, go up. Anybody recognize the picture I had on there? Yeah. Rocky. Okay, I'll find it. But I got some, yeah, I think that was it right there. Yeah, that was it. Now let's look at the honorable mentions. Yeah, I'm right. I'm right. I got 3 honorable mentions. Okay. The first honorable mention is Chris John. There's Chris John on the right. Yep, that's Chris John on the right. Okay. Now, Chris John, he was number 2 at featherweight. He had the number 2 reign at featherweight. Okay. Chris John defeated 16 challengers to hold on to his featherweight belt. Okay. His title reign was 10 years and 1 month. And he missed by some months. Okay. Not by much. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Featherweight. There it is. No, he missed by a year because Johnny Kilbane was 11 years and 3 months, though. And he came in second place. He deserves honorable mention. Reigned 10 years and 1 month. John, the Indonesian boxer, is renowned for his exceptional reign as the WBA featherweight champion, a title he held from 2004 to 2013. During his tenure, he impressively defeated 16 opponents, showcasing his mastery in the featherweight division. It's notable that despite his considerable success, he did not gain widespread fame in the Western boxing world, primarily due to the majority of his fights occurring in his home country, Indonesia, right? Now, John's remarkable championship run came to an end in 2013 when he experienced the first loss of his career, conceding his title to Simpaway Yako, marking the end of his career. John is the 4th Indonesian boxer in history to win a world title. He retired after 52 fights, following the only feat of his career. His only loss was his last fight. Yep, that was the only loss of his career, his final fight. And of course, we had to have Vladimir Klitschko make honorable mention because he's actually had a longer reign at heavyweight than Joe Louis, but his was broken up into 2 reigns. So, Joe Louis is number 1. Okay. Vladimir's was broken up into 2 reigns. Okay. I'm coming. Yeah, Vladimir was broken up into 2 reigns. So, but he deserves honorable mention. He's okay. I had it sitting right here in the thing, and then it disappeared. Vladimir Klitschko. No. Yeah, I was saying Vitaly or Vitaly, but it's Vladimir. It's Vladimir, the younger brother. Yeah. Isn't Vladimir the youngest? Yeah. Okay. Vladimir Klitschko held the World Heavyweight Championship twice. And his total reign at those 2 times was 9 years, 8 years, and 7 months. I believe that was just one of his reigns. That was one of his reigns when he had it consecutively, I think. But let's read about it and find out. Okay. Okay, Vladimir Klitschko's place in boxing history is solidified by his remarkable records, including the longest cumulative heavyweight title reign ever, extending over 12 years. See, that 9 years was just one of them. He has the longest, but Joe Louis has the longest consecutive, okay? And they always say Joe Louis has the longest throughout boxing, so I guess consecutive is the thing. But overall, it's Vladimir. 12 years. Joe Louis is 11 years and like 8 months. His singular title reign persisted for nearly a decade. That was the 9 years, okay? His singular title reign persisted for nearly a decade, during which he achieved incredible feats. Klitschko first ascended to the WBO championship in 2000, securing the title with a victory over Chris Bird. But his reign was briefly interrupted as he lost the title 3 years later in an unexpected upset defeat at the hands of Corey Sanders. Nonetheless, Klitschko staged a triumphal comeback by reclaiming the championship with the second victory over Chris Bird when he was 30 years old. Then he proceeded to successfully defend his title against 18 formidable opponents. Successfully. It wasn't until 2015 that he relinquished his unified titles, conceding them to Tyson Fury, marking the conclusion of a remarkable chapter in his boxing career. Okay? Klitschko represented Ukraine at the 1996 Olympics and won the gold medal. Vladimir and his brother Vitaly defined the Klitschko era, both holding world titles. And when they were amateurs, their mother promised them never to fight each other, which they probably would have never have anyway. Just Do Boxing in the building. What's happening? Just Do Boxing. Yeah, we were talking about the longest reigning champions in each division. I got one more honorable mention. Well, yeah. Let me write down Just Do Boxing. Okay, salute Just Do Boxing. Coming up at 4 p.m., by the way. Yeah, I got one more honorable mention, and that is man, let me see who that is. What's that paper at? Dariusz Michalczewski. And that's right, Michalczewski. I think. I've heard people pronounce his name like that before, though, so yeah. Dariusz. But I'll just say Dariusz to be safe. Okay? Where are you, Dariusz? Let me see. Dariusz is number 8. So let me get up to number 8. But that's this little code I'm using to find everybody, because I was jumping around a little. Yeah, Dariusz Michalczewski was a cruiserweight and light heavyweight world champion. Now, his title reign at light heavyweight was 9 years and 1 month. Okay, he missed Archie, like I was saying, by like 3 months. No, 5. I think Archie had 9 years and 6 months. Just look, Cass, it's right there, you know. He came in second place by a matter of months. Okay. Yeah, Archie had 9 years and 4 months. Yeah, Dariusz missed by 3 months. Missed first place by 3 months. Okay. Yeah, Archie beat him out by 3 months. So Dariusz deserves the honorable mention. Let's talk about Dariusz. Okay. Yeah, his title reign was 9 years and 3 months. Dariusz Michalczewski, during his remarkable WBO light heavyweight title reign, achieved a tenure that ranked second only to Archie Moore in terms of its duration. Michalczewski's reign stretched an unimpressive 9 years and 1 month, making it one of the most enduring in the history of the sport. Throughout this period, Michalczewski accomplished 23 successful title defenses, outclassing notable opponents such as Virgil Hill, Montel Griffin, and Graziano Racchigiani between 1994 and 2003. His achievements are impressive, despite not garnering widespread international fame due to never fighting Roy Jones Jr. and rarely fighting outside of Germany. Now, before turning professional, Michalczewski represented Poland in the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, South Korea. After moving to Germany, Michalczewski obtained German citizenship and represented Germany in his professional boxing career. Yeah, that guy, Graziano Racchigiani, that's the one that I think Roy Jones, I think he had vacated his title or something, and Racchigiani won it, the vacated title. Then Roy decided he wanted it back, and they gave it back to Roy. They stripped Racchigiani, so he sued and got $30 million in his suitcase. That was more than he made in his entire career. So he was like, I'm glad y'all did that. Yeah, that was crazy. Back in the 90s. Now I got 15 of the fastest fighters in boxing history. Okay? We're going to talk about them for a bit. 15 of the fastest fighters in boxing history. I knew this was going to run short. 15 of them. And I got to find out, it's 15 world champions that retired undefeated. I'm going to have a show on them next week. So, got to get on that. And for all his out-of-the-ring travails, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is unquestionably one of the most gifted athletes in all of sports. Okay? Now, Mayweather might be the more gifted between him and Pacquiao and possesses an exceptional combination of speed, power, and all-around boxing skill that few in the sport heralded history have ever possessed. It's Andre Berto. Well, let me go to this thing. I got 15 of them. I don't know what I was reading. Okay. I didn't go over that. Now, here we go. 15 of the fastest fighters in boxing history. Salvador Sanchez. Salvador Sanchez was amazing. I told you all about him. This man is in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Thought of as one of the greatest featherweights of all time. Thought of as one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. It was in a car accident when he was 23 years old. Didn't get anywhere near his prime. Just think if he would have got up into his prime. Wow, that's just amazing, man. 23 years old. And it's all that, okay? One of the great what-ifs in boxing, Salvador Sanchez passed away in a car crash before his 24th birthday. Some believe he could have been the greatest featherweight champion ever. Ain't no belief to it, and the facts don't dispute that. He had beaten the great Azuma Nelson to improve his record to 11-0 in title fights before his untimely death. And his accomplishments during his short career earned him as one of the top 50 boxers of all time. He was a great talent that was taken much too soon. Salvador Sanchez. Okay, we're going to get some link time after this. Oh, there's Lonnie Lee bearing gifts again, and I saw it today, and I'm hitting the like. Appreciate you, Lonnie Lee. 1,000%. Lonnie Lee has dropped a 10 piece on me. Appreciate you, Lonnie Lee. Okay. And I'm going to stand on my head for 10 minutes. That's what my little gimmick. No, jack up. I'm just kidding. But appreciate you, Lonnie Lee. Next is Andre Berto. Yeah, Andre was fast. Andre Berto. There's Andre Berto. Andre Berto's hand speed is what sets him apart from almost everyone else in boxing during his era, other than anyone unnamed Floyd Mayweather. Now, he really didn't convert that into long-standing ring success, okay? But he was talented, but flawed, okay? And his hand speed is undoubtedly world-class, but he didn't always use it appropriately. He stood up straight and squarely toward his opponents, and he sometimes seemed too eager to mix it up with slower but stronger fighters, rather than use his natural gifts intelligently, okay? But he was a testament to his awesome God-giving talent. He just didn't use it right all the time. I told you I had Benny Leonard on here again, but he was fast. Andre Berto was. Yeah, he was fast. Got Benny Leonard again. And Benny was fast. He had a combination of hand speed, footwork, quick reflexes, and overall elusiveness. Call himself a ghetto wizard. Definitely deserves a spot on this list. Willie Pepper's on there. I'm just going to run through this real quick, and then I'm going to drop the link. Have a lot of link time today. Willie Pep is on the list. One of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Okay? I had Willie Pep, number 3, in my all-time top 10 pound for pound list. Okay. A lot of people got him right up there with Floyd and Sweetpea as far as defense. Vaughn Guillermo Papaleo, he's arguably one of the best featherweights of all time. Had 229 wins. His defense was so good, he once said he won a round without throwing a punch. Okay? Okay. I'm going to find it. You hear this, T. Hill? Remember we was looking for it? Round 3 against Jackie Graves. Let me write that down. It's me and T. Hill, whoever found it first was supposed to send it to the others. That was Willie Pep against Jackie Graves, round 3. Okay, this is the first time I always heard about that fight that he won a round without throwing a punch. This is the first time I ever actually saw who it was against. I'm going to look at that right after this. Jackie Graves, round 3. Graves. Okay. You got that, T. Hill? Jackie Graves, Graves. Okay, it's 3:30. I'm getting ready to drop the link in there. Of course, Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the fastest of all time. Shane Mosley, Sugar Shane. I'm gonna slide this way, won't move. Oh, it's already at the top. Wow. I guess it's not gonna go toward the top, is it? It's already at the top. Sugar Shane, Floyd Patterson. Went right on past Floyd. Had to come back. That is Floyd. 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. Manny Pacquiao. Manny was quick. Yeah. Where's Manny? Oh, I went past Manny. There's Manny. Okay. We got the great Sugar Ray Robinson. There's Sugar Ray. 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. Hector Macho Camacho. There he is. You know he's on the list. 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Winding down. Then I'm going to drop the link. Link is for anybody. Come on up and chop it up. Pernell Whitaker. Sweet Pea. Muhammad Ali. That's what my mother used to call him. Muhammad. Yeah, my mother was a boxing fan, yeah. Meldrick Taylor. Remember he got robbed against Julio Cesar Chavez Alberga? Remember that? Roy Jones Jr. And number 1 on the list of 15 of the fastest fighters of all time. Here you one guess. 5 seconds. Put it in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sugar Ray Leonard. There's him and Roberto Duran. I'm going to drop the link. Okay? Link is for anybody, man. You don't have to be a member of the JBT. I welcome anybody to come chop it up. We got 30 minutes before the voice dumps on these airwaves. I got to get out at 4 because everybody's going to run out here at 4 anyway, including me. I'm going to listen to the voice. I ain't going to be in here. Y'all can stay if you want to. I'm not going to be here at 4. I'm going to be listening to the voice. You'll be here by yourself. Just Do Boxing coming up at 4 o'clock. Okay. I'm an expert at putting links in there. I couldn't get it in one time, and I don't know how he did it, but Aunt McQueen put it in for me from where he was at. I was struggling trying to get the link, and I looked up, it was in there, and Aunt was backstage. I was like, wow. Told you that's part of that analytical technological team of the JBT. Legendary, man. Put somebody link in for him. Right? That's crazy. Remo probably could do it, and Jorge Feints. Oh shoot, Cass. I can't see my chat. Bear with me for a minute. Gotta be able to do that. Put the chat on this other phone. I might get another super chat or something. I can't miss no more of them. Y'all know what's gonna happen. I'll be looking at a new box story. It won't last long though, because I would kill him. So yeah. But let me get this link in there for y'all. Oh, come on. Bear with me for a second, please. Let me get my chat back. Okay, there it is. Couldn't see my chat momentarily. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let me finish the link up. Where was I? There we go. I gotta talk my way through it. I got so many papers and stuff. Excuse my French. How is everybody today? It's the hump day. The old hump day. If you finish your work for the day, it's all downhill from here. Lonnie Lee saw the whole show today. I'm happy. There it is. Okay. And tomorrow is Boxing in the States series continues tomorrow with boxing in Hawaii. Okay. And then Friday, the life and career of Teofilo Stevenson. Yeah, did anybody hear about that? Ryan and Manny Pacquiao is in negotiations for exhibition in Japan. Can he do that if he's suspended? I guess he can do exhibitions, right? But yeah, that's what I heard. I told y'all at the end of the show, the people start pouring in every day. But I welcome everybody. Just hit the like button. This is Cass Sports, the Box Story. Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Boxing history over here. Okay. And Thursdays is the Boxing in the States series. And like I've been saying all week, Hawaii has a nice boxing history. A lot of military boxing down there around World War II. You know, a lot of sailors on the ships and the army bases. Yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. You know, I thought I was going to have to really pulling teeth trying to find a history of boxing in Hawaii, but it's right there, man. Jump right up. Yes. Great boxing history. Tomorrow's going to be good. Hope everybody enjoyed today's show. I did. Okay, Al Booker, you talking about the Brian situation? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I guess does being in Japan have anything to do with it? You know, because maybe he's allowed to fight over there or something. I don't know, but I read that yesterday that Brian and Manny, or it might have been this morning, are in negotiations for. Manny was trying to get a fight with Mario. No, what's Mario's name? Is it no Barrios? A real fight, remember? Yeah, but that must have fell through. Manny was gonna get knocked out. Barrios is a warrior. Manny better sit down somewhere. Do exhibitions, Manny. Yeah, you know. Look at all the money Floyd making in the exhibition, making just as much as he was on regular fights. So yeah. Floyd called it legalized bank robbery. It is, Al Booker. That's why I was actually, I don't agree with that. He's suspended. You can't fight. Manny better make sure he well tested. His old ass getting there, Ryan got that shit, and then Manny going to sleep. Gonna be like Juan Manuel Marquez, repeat. So yeah. Exhibition, he probably definitely gonna be all juiced up. You know? So Manny better be careful. But yeah, remember Manny was trying to fight Barrios in a real fight. They go on the records and everything, remember? Maybe he couldn't get it licensed or sanctioned or something, because he's 46 years old, man. B-Hop did it. But last time I saw Manny, he was kind of chubby. Like Manny was hitting up like between 180 and 190. And he was going to fight Barrios at 147. He had a long way to come. And then that's when they get dangerous, being that old, dropping all that weight. So I guess they must have said, nah, Manny. Nah. Do the exhibition. Wonder what weight the exhibition is going to be at. Because Ryan can make 147 easy though, because he got the frame for it, for 147. Yeah, he can make that easy. Yeah, no doubt. But that's interesting. I agree, Al Booker, though. He shouldn't be allowed to do any kind of fighting for that. What was it, a year? For that year. I don't know which sanction. I just read over it briefly. I'm going to look at it more in depth later, but yeah. He shouldn't be able to do anything as far as boxing because he cheated. He got caught. He's suspended. So now you're going to go make money doing exhibition. So no, man, that you shouldn't be able to benefit from boxing any kind of way, man. You're supposed to be being punished. What kind of punishment is that if you're suspended from fighting, but then you go off and do exhibition? And make good money, Shoot. So no, I disagree with that too, Al Booker. You suspended, right? Yeah. But yeah, we got a great card this weekend. Christian and Billy and Sergey Derevyanchenko, that killer Abdullah Mason on there, Jahai Tucker. Mark Mungdab is fighting somebody, that big Russian guy that Karbayel made him quit with them body punches. Yeah. Karbayel is going to be a problem in heavyweight. He beat Frank Sanchez. Frank was supposed to have something wrong with his knee or something, remember? Didn't he have a big old brace on or something? Yeah. But yeah, Karbayel. And he's keeping busy too. Yeah. Who y'all got in the big heavyweight undisputed rematch? They probably setting up the trilogy. I got Fury this time. Barrios was the what is Barrios the I'm not sure. I know Boots got IBF. Barrios might be WBO. Brian Norman has WBC, I believe. I'm not sure what Barrios is. But I think it fell through anyway. Man don't have no business back in the ring, man. I told you how big he would look, and then he got to get all the way down to 147. He's 46 years old. He'll get in there all out of shape and rate drain and get put straight to sleep, man. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Against a young warrior like Barrios. Barrios can fight, man. And he got a gas tank, Yeah. Barrios known to go deep in fights and still fighting hard deep in fights, man. So, yeah. Don't get stopped. He got stopped against Tank, but everybody gets stopped against Tank, so you can't hold that against Barrios, Only 2 people made it the distance. I can't never think of the guy. What was the other guy's name that made it with Tank? Of course, Pitbull. Tank had his hand. Pitbull and blew that. I wanted the rematch because Tank owed Pitbull a knockout, so all these people can sit down and shut up about Pitbull won the fight. I wanted Tank to go ahead and rematch him and knock him out. But Pitbull blew that with that Rayo performance. Yeah, El Azteca, Al Booker. You got Usyk again? Al Booker, okay. I got Fury this time. And then they're going to have a trilogy next spring. They can't leave it at 1-1, man. Big heavyweight undisputed. No, they can't leave it at 1-1. Turkey Ali Sheik know anything about making fights. You got to get that trilogy out of him, Turkey. All that money you got. Yeah. But I got Fury this time. I think you're going to go in there with that same game plan, jabbing him up from the outside, holding Usyk off. And he's not going to be playing around this time and stuff, I think he's going to outpoint him. I think, he's going to sustain that type of attack this time. But Usyk was focused, man, and he never varied from his attack, man. He was just determined to get in on him, man, and Usyk just kept coming. I was very impressed by Usyk's performance. He just kept coming and he got it done. You know, that knockdown situation. These referees, man, look like the referee saved Fury. Saved him for the bell. And then Harvey Dock, man, these referees and judges, man, it's just ridiculous. That's why I say they should, just like the fighters have a post-fight press conference, the referees and the judges should have to face the press too, man. Like Harvey Dock should have had to face the press after that fight and explain that decision from that knockdown, that first knockdown. Why did you call that a slip, Harvey? It was clearly a knockdown, you know? He didn't trip. Boychuk, what was his name? Was it Boychuk? I can't remember. The Ukrainian guy landed a punch on Virgil and he went down. And anytime you go down, anything other than your feet touch that mat due to a punch, it's a knockdown, and that's what happened, right? That was a textbook definition of a knockdown. But, you know, it was either corruption or cheating, either of which Harvey Dock don't belong in a ring referee. If he cheating, or if he that incompetent where he didn't know that was a knock, if he missed that, he don't have no business refereeing nobody's fight, man. No. No. These referees and these judges, man, are just out of control. Look at Pitbull and Rayo. One judge actually gave it to Pitbull. How could one judge sit there and watch that fight and give it to Pitbull, man? Huh? It wasn't even a close fight. It wasn't even a close fight, man. No. Anybody think it was close? No. It wasn't a whitewashing or nothing, but it wasn't close neither. Pitbull had won that fight. Now that would have been a robbery, man. That would have been a real robbery. But, you know, I think the first judge said put Pitbull, then the first thing I started thinking about, yeah, they gonna make that Pitbull and Tank. The money fight. Pitbull got a whole country behind him. He went the distance with Tank last time. Some people arguing that he won. I said, oh no, they getting ready to get Rayo, but then fortunately they got it right, man. Because they'll do it. But they don't have to face any kind of questioning or pressure after the fight. They just get up and go home. So, you know, it's not right, though. Should be like those judges in the Olympics. I think it was 86. I think they were in Korea, and this Korean guy got a bad decision. His people jumped in the ring and beat the referee up. The referee did something called the knockdown or slip or knockdown. He did something against the Korean fighter, and his people jumped in there and beat his ass. I'm not want nobody to get no bodily harm, but you know, you're in there cheating and carrying on. You deserve something. You know? Yeah, they jumped in and beat the referee up. Yeah, it wasn't. You're right, Alberga. That's exactly how I said it. It wasn't a blowout, but Rayo clearly won, man. Clearly won a unanimous decision. One judge gave it to Pitbull. And that judge probably, after the fight, said, I still want my envelope. I did my job. The other two messed it up. But I cheated, so give me my envelope. And he's right, he deserves it because he did cheat. You know, he did his part. So give that man his envelope, you know. But no, man, no way. And then look at that other one from what was it, last month or the month before? You know the one I'm talking about, O'Shaquie and Conceição, man. I mean, I don't even know if you could get Conceição around in the fight, man. You know? Ring generalship, O'Shaquie. Clean, hard punches, neither one of them. Defense, O'Shaquie. You know? O'Shaquie was, you know, O'Shaquie, neither one was the aggressor, right? O'Shaquie got 2 of the 4. Effective aggression. Neither one had effective aggression. Now, Conceição was aggressive, but he wasn't effective. It wasn't effective aggression. He was missing. So, he don't get no points for aggression. It's gotta be effective aggression. That's what it was. Defense, effective aggression, ring generalship, and clean hard punches. O'Shaquie had the cleaner punches, he had the defense, he had the ring generalship. Neither was effective aggression. So O'Shaquie got 3 out of the 4. How did they give it to Conceicao, man? But they had Robson twice, so I guess they said it's time to give Robson a robbery, because he should have had the title against Conceicao and that draw against Navarrete. Robson should have had that. But still, So he did get a robbery in his favor finally. But he know he lost that fight, man. Yeah. But O'Shaquie said if he gets that rematch, he said they don't even have to assign any judges to the fight. O'Shaquie said we will not need judges the next time. He said Robson is going up out of there. But I hope he gets the rematch. Immediate, each other's next fight. But how about that Virgil and what is his name? Was it Boachuk, the Ukrainian guy? Was that his name? That's my fight of the year right now, man. And I think the only thing that beats it is if they have a rematch. Ain't nobody else beating that. Only ones beat that will be them two in a rematch. Fight. And Robert Garcia, Virgil's trainer, even said if they can't get Bud, he said Boachuk deserved the rematch, man. But they getting Bud. The Turkey Ali Sheik and the Turkey De La Hoya both want to fight. It should not be that hard to make, so they'll make it. And Oscar was just kissing Turkey's ass. I mean, the Turkey De La Hoya was kissing the Turkey Ali Sheik's ass so bad, man. Turkey would start the sentence and Oscar would finish it. I'm like, look at this, man. This shit he's shameless, man. Crazy. And Turkey said, Tim Tszyu, you not take my offer. Like Tim Tszyu ain't getting no more fights from nowhere. You ain't the only one to make fights, Turkey. You think you're a king or something. All that stuff they did on the August 3rd card for gave him a belt. No, what the hell he deserve a belt for? In the Hall of Fame. He got the same record I got, 0-0. Me and Rocky. Rocky's in there too. Me, Rocky, and Turkey Ali Sheik got the same record, 0-0. Why ain't I in there? Them two in the Hall of Fame. They might as well put me in there, right? We all three of us got the same record, 0-0. It's crazy, man. Then every active boxer, when their career ends, should go in the Hall of Fame. If the Turkey Ali Sheik and Sylvester Stallone in there, every boxer should go in there. Once you step between them ropes, you should go in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why either of those two is in the Hall of Fame. Why? They, back in the 80s, had Sylvester Stallone on the cover of Sports Illustrated, like he was the real heavyweight champion. That was crazy, man. But that's boxing, man. The corruption, we love it, but we can complain about it. Okay, we got a little while. Then the Voice is coming up next. Just Do Boxing. Let's see. It is right there. Okay. Today on Just Do Boxing. Oh, man. David Haney gave y'all 3 months. Who will Tank fight next? Brian Norman and Jaleel Hackett live. Coming up next on Just Do Boxing. Don't miss it. 4 p.m. Okay? Don't miss it. Be there or be square. Don't meet me there, beat me there. And don't miss Cat Sports tomorrow. Boxing in the State series continues. With Hawaii, we are going straight through all the states and look at boxing in each state, a little history of it, some other significant events that occurred in those states, and of course, some boxers that came out of the state. Yep, professional, amateur, men, women, yeah. We look at all of that. Florida had a truckload of them, man. Florida was really good. Yep. But did everybody enjoy the longest reigning champions in these divisions. Sorry, I didn't have junior welterweight, junior lightweight, or super flyweight. I looked till almost 3:45, but I just couldn't find them. But like and subscribe, please, if you're not subscribed. And when all these JBT channels, I don't make too many videos, but when you're checking out these channels, these videos on these channels, make a comment or something, Don't just like, make a comment. Just say hello or what's up or something. Just make a comment. It all matters, Help us out here. And get your ticket to the raffle we got coming up October 12th. It is for what is it for? Relevant 2027. I forgot. This is a 10th generation iPad or something like that. Yeah, 10th generation iPad. And it's going to be 3 prizes. We haven't confirmed the other 2 prizes yet, but we probably will by Monday. And $10 for 1 ticket. And then $25 will get you 3 tickets, okay? D1 won the TV in the last raffle, and he has it. Got it that same week. Okay? Got it off to him, and within a week's time, he had it looking at it. So, get in. But most of the time, more people get in the closer we get to it, just like the TV. So, yeah, it'll be okay. The drawing is October 12th. Just send your $10 right here. $ JBT Network 1. That's $ JBT Network. All capital letters now. 1. Devin Haney is in here. Who is that? Is that Devin Haney? Oh no, I was still looking at Just Dudes. Yeah. Just say Devin Haney in the good. Okay. I'm getting ready to get out of here. But I'll be back tomorrow. Because if it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian, bringing you all that boxing history. Just Do Boxing, BN Boxing News, Thomas Hill, #JBT, Al Booger, Terrell Cameron, Lonnie Lee, #JBT, Joe, Melanin Queen 27, Let's Talk Fashion, #JBT, Mike Rim, Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more, Mike Mazik, I Serve 88, #JBT, Miss Cass, #JBT. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me once again. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. I am Cass Sports. Everybody have a great afternoon. Sorry about that.